Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Ash. We got a special treat for everybody. We're going back to the big brand of distilleries, but it is a budget bourbon. This one is Old Grandad 114. Do you know anything about it? From Claremont, Kentucky. This is a Jim Beam product.
It is a Jim Beam product. They do have a couple of different expressions. They have their 114. They do have a bottled and bond. This used to be an allocation. As of here, the last couple of months, it's gone free flow, so you can buy it. It's readily available, and it is on the budget side. It comes in at roughly $38.
Yeah, I think that's what we picked.
So it's a great bourbon. I've had some of the Old Grandad in the past, and it's a really good old school bourbon. Yeah.
So the mash bill on this is 63% corn with 27% rye and 10% malted barley. And obviously the name 114 is the proof. This is aged a minimum of 4 years that we know of. And it looks like it's a beautiful color. Now, I just found this out doing a little bit of notes right before we came on, that this is actually part of the old collection. Do you know the old collection of the Haydens? You go back, clear back to 1889, 1882. The actual gentleman who just first started distilling this was Raymond Hayden. Of course, we all know Basil Hayden Sr.
Basil Hayden.
Right?
Yeah.
So this was his concoction. Now this was one of Jim Beam's Olds collection, which also included Old Overholt,
and Old Tub,
and Old Crow.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't put all that together. I guess I just didn't know enough about the Olds collection to make sense of that.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm interested to taste it. I have never had this.
Neither have I.
And I'm a huge Jim Beam fan. I like most of their brands, including some of their Basil Haydens, but mostly I think obviously we collect the little books, and we really enjoy the lineage, and now they have the Infinite collection.
Right. Like I was saying, one of the biggest things, there's rumors that they were going to close it down, that they were going to get rid of it. I find that odd, being that it just came out on free flow. I have not had the chance to verify this with Freddie, so I mean, I strongly doubt it.
As of right now, this is readily available.
It is.
I mean, when we were at the distillery, I think all 3 times it was up there on the shelf. I heard the same rumor. I heard that that this last year, this 2024 was the last year that they were going to produce it. That was the rumor on the street. So I'm interested to try it to see if that is something that I would even care to include in my collection. But before we do, we want to take this time to let you know we appreciate you guys taking the time to watch our videos. Please leave some feedback, leave those comments, hit that like and that subscribe, and share our content. Really helps grow our channel. So This is to you guys.
Para Dios, tu familia y tus amigos. Salud.
Dark fruit.
Yeah, I get some fruit on the nose.
Like maybe a cherry, or...
I get a little zest.
It's not overly sweet smelling. Not as normal caramel.
It's not as more woody than it is sweety. Finish is definitely charred, but it's a sweet char. It's almost like marshmallows, like charred marshmallows.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot of oak there towards the end, and a little bit of spice. What would you say the rye was? 10%?
No, so it's high in rye. It's 63 corn, 27 rye.
27 rye.
To 10% barley.
Okay, 10% barley. So that rye is really coming through. It is a mellow rye, so being that it's a 4-year, it's well-rounded. I like it.
No, and for 4 years, I mean, look how dark it is.
I wonder if they use a darker char on their barrels. Because it does have that super smoky flavor to it.
Yeah, it is. It's that charcoal, that smoky. And it is warm. It does go
Oh,
down
it does.
warm.
All the way down.
Yeah,
It
it goes
does.
all the way
It
down.
does have a
That one does
Kentucky
produce
hug.
a
Way down.
Kentucky hug.
I like the fruit that you have on the nose. Like Nicole said, maybe a cherry,
So
maybe
cherry,
a raisin. I'm not sure, maybe a combination. I do like the rye. I like the burn and the spiciness. I think it's amazing.
I like that the spice hits but leaves. I mean, after like a little bit, my mouth is not like, oh,
Right, it's
Right.
not on fire.
yeah. So I like that you get it like it's like, oh, here's a little taste of it and it's gone.
Yeah.
So that's nice. It's a nice finish to it.
And it's got that warm hug.
But mine's kind of turning over to almost a mint like aftertaste. Do you
It does
get that
kinda
little
have
bit
like
of
a little menthol, like cooling
Cooling,
effect.
yeah,
It gets
after.
real warm and then it gets real
It's like cool, yeah.
that's true.
So I was like, I'm kind of getting that feel.
Okay, so I'll begin the rating.
Okay.
I'm a Jim Beam fan, and I love most of their products. I'm not getting any nuttiness. Maybe you guys are, but that's kind of
Their signature.
signature
Well,
taste.
one thing to be so on the, and this could be part of the old collection, but Jim Beam doesn't really use a lot of ryes. They did come back out with Old Overhaul, which is a rye, and the only bourbon that they're producing that has rye is Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
So I was trying to kind of parallel with some of the previous, like you were saying, the Little Book and Booker's and all those, but it just does not have. I don't get that
Signature nuttiness.
Yeah, like yeah.
Other than that, though, it's fantastic. I do like the color. I love the smell. I definitely love the palate. It kind of just hits you with a bunch of flavors at the same time. You get that, obviously, that vanilla and that caramel, and then you get hit with that oak and that char. You definitely get a lot of Kentucky hug with it. I'm not a high rye guy, so I was surprised that it came at 27%, but you can definitely taste the rye. Having said all that, and especially being a budget bourbon under $40,
absolutely, yeah.
$37, $38, it's a fantastic drink. And I hope that this doesn't go the way of the Cuckoo Bird and leave our shelves. It's a signature, Jim Beam concoction, and that would be sad if it were to disappear. If anything, it'd probably be a once a year allocation that they release, but I don't know, it's readily available on most
Yeah.
shelves. So having said all of that, I will say this is a solid 8 for me.
Nice. Well, I think it is a phenomenal bourbon. The price tag is awesome. You get everything you want from a bourbon. You get the smoky, you get the wonderful nose, like the fruity nose with a little bit of a little bit of sweetness in there. I mean, you get everything you want from a bourbon in under $40. You can't really beat that. So yeah, I'm gonna say a 9. I mean, I think it's pretty darn good.
Okay, nice.
Well, I'm going to say 10 because for the price, and what you're getting,
Yeah.
it's a 10 all the way.
Well, I will give it an 8. I think it's great. I think the bourbon itself is fantastic. The value is definitely there. I think you guys have hit it on a lot of the points that makes this a number 8 for me. So
Yeah, well, there you have it. We got 2 8s, a 9, and a 10. So for those who are on our female audience, those are fantastic ratings coming from these ladies. So if you guys are in the market for a budget bourbon for you and your husband, and you want a good value and good taste, this is probably a good pickup for you.
And another thing, just a quick note, it holds up very well in baking. So if you want to do I've put it in cinnamon rolls before. I think it would be a great bourbon to soak some bacon in. and have bourbon bacon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There we
So
go.
I don't
Well,
know. I think it's very
I don't have any livers
versatile.
living in her house.
Well, I mean, what's nice is so you're not going to break the bank doing that. You don't want to
Exactly.
use your $100 bourbon to use it for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that spice and that high rye, 114 proof. Yeah, it's you're gonna
And
get a
I'm
lot
not
of
really
flavor.
getting like a whole bunch. Like I said, it disappears pretty quickly on the spice. It just kind of makes a quick appearance and disappears.
Okay, and then again, we have it from our professional crew up here, especially from the women. Go get yourself a bottle of Old Grandad 114. So until next time, drink
Drink
responsibly.
responsibly.